Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for Living Local, your lifestyle show for all things Charleston and beyond. I'm ASHLEIGH, MESSERVY.
Medical Monday, sponsored by East Cooper Medical Center.
Joining us today, we have Dr. Kyle Kokko. He is a hand and wrist orthopedic surgeon here at the Hand Institute of Charleston. Thanks for having us today.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
All right, so we're going to talk about arthritis, which is a huge thing.
Yeah.
But before we talk about that, let's talk about what you do here at the Hand Institute of Charleston.
Yeah, well, as you said, I'm a hand and wrist specialist. So basically anything from the middle of the forearm to the fingertip is what we do surgery on. It's what we treat non-surgically well. Aches, pains, you mentioned arthritis, fractures, carpal tunnel syndrome, all sorts of things.
Y'all got a lot going on, right?
We do, yeah.
And obviously you're here in Nexton. Beautiful office you have here, very comfortable. I love coming here. But so let's talk about arthritis though. How do you know you have arthritis? I mean, and how common is it?
Yeah, so it's very common. We tend to think of arthritis in two categories. There's degenerative arthritis, or kind of the arthritis of aging, our folks. And then there's rheumatoid arthritis, which can affect all ages. There's juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. And, as we get older, two very different types, but we treat them in similar ways depending on how they present.
So if you could break down what is arthritis though? I mean, I see all kinds of commercials, with different medicines and stuff. So that gives me the impression that it's evolving constantly, right?
It is, great question. So simply what arthritis is the breakdown of a joint. So whether it's hips and knees, which we see a lot of commercials about, or whether it's the wrist, thumb, or fingers, it's the breakdown of the cartilage of the joint. So instead of having nice, smooth, and gliding surfaces, those joints break down and they start to grind on one another. That grinding causes pain, and that pain tends to send people in our direction to find out what's going on.
Okay, so I've had back surgery. So is it like a disc and then it slowly is worn away and then it starts rubbing up again, kind of like that?
Kind of like that. We don't have a disc between the two joints, but it's certainly a wear and tear phenomena where it just breaks down over time.
And I hear it can be really painful if it gets really bad, right?
It can be very painful.
So what happens if you neglect it and you just keep going on and not see anyone about it? I mean, it does get worse, right?
It does get worse. The thing about arthritis is it never turns around and starts getting better. The joints continue to break down. But, with treatment, or sometimes even without treatment, despite the joints breaking down, it's not always debilitating. So, in general, we encourage people to continue doing what they enjoy doing, whether it's golf, tennis, crocheting, gardening, whatever they enjoy.
A lot of hairdressers and stuff, don't they?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, so what are some of the ways that you can treat it though?
Good question. So like hips and knees and other parts of the body, splints and bracing, particularly for the hand, is a good place to start. It's non-invasive. It can support a painful arthritic joint. The thumb's the most common place we see it in the hand. Pain, right at the base of the thumb, very common. Much more common in women than men.
Of course it is, right? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
There's a reason for that though. In general, women have looser ligaments than men do. And that's particularly true in the thumb joint. As we age, those ligaments get loose, and if you don't have tight joints, they start to break down.
Wow, I would have not thought that would have been the reason for that.
Much more common in women than men. So we tend to start with bracing, okay? We diagnose arthritis with an x-ray. We've got a very small x-ray machine that we use here in the clinic. It's only about yay big, perfect for a hand and wrist. So that's how we make the diagnosis. It's from imaging and it's from physical exam. Like I said, most commonly right here at the thumb. So we start with braces. If braces aren't working, there are steroid injections, in the thumb, but in the wrist and all over the hand, depending on where the aches and pains are. If those don't work, then we talk about surgery. But surgery's always...
Obviously, you're going to go through all those steps before you're done.
Yeah.
All right, I have one more thing. You think about kids and stuff. You were just saying that it can be in juveniles and younger people. That's kind of scary, I think, to think that it could start that young.
Yeah, it's less common. So juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, a very uncommon condition, but those poor individuals, they're joints break down, you know, like their adult counterparts. We don't see a lot of it, but you know, certainly
when you do,
happens.
You're ready to take care of it, I bet.
In the kids, what we see most really are the falls. We see the fractures and the breaks and, you know, being active. Not that that's exclusively in the children,
listen,
but
I snapped my wrist back in the day playing soccer, so I can appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right, well, anything else we need to know before we head out today?
Well, I think just, you know, please come to the Hand Institute of Charleston if you need us. You know, we'll take time with you and the patient and family. Bring your family members, because moms are always curious about their kids, husbands are curious about their wives are curious. So bring your family so everybody can understand what's going on. And we'll go slow. You know, surgery's the last step.
I love hearing that.
And I do surgery for a living, but the last step is surgery.
I love that. All right, well, thank you so much again for having us.
Thank you for being here.
And for more information, you can head online to eastcoopermedctr.com.